Are you guys ready for a fight card analysis? You're listening to Arkin. Let's do this. Hello everybody, this is your host, Dojo Sagashi, and I'm here with a brand new trial run. Pilot test. This is a test pilot episode of a new podcast that we don't have a proper name for yet. The mascot for this wonderful show is our friend Matang. It's basically going through. This is basically an evolved form of the close combat bullet punch that we did before, but it's not a bullet punch anymore because it's not super fast and snippy. So maybe it's Meteor Mash? I don't know. But this is an attempt of a close combat that isn't a close combat. What we're doing here is we gathered opinions from all of our ARC staff who had time to give them, and we assigned each of them a match for that so that they could share their opinions and do a deep analysis on different matches that we've got coming forward this week. Before we get into that, though, I have a couple of ARC-related announcements. The first one is, hey, we got a new show. You're listening to it. The second one is that auditions are still open. You can, if you need the audition form link, you can ask for it in Arkin Talk. I will be posting it there again and pinning it. Everything will be there for you, so please go and fill out auditions. Those will be open until probably another 2 weeks or so. And then finally, we're working on revamping a few things, so there's going to be some changes to some show stuff going on over the next couple weeks, specifically for the Weekly Remark. So keep your eyes and ears peeled for new stuff that we're going to be talking about, and let's see how everything goes, and I hope you all enjoy it. Anyway, let's get into the deep things. First off, we're going to be looking at, I'm going to double check the ARC Hub fight card to make sure this is accurate, but at the time of these recordings, we're looking at all of the matches that we had assigned to people that have happened. The first one being the match between the commissioner himself, Evo Jonas, and coming out of retirement, Blaze Man, or Blazy Boy, or really just the Blaze Man / Blaze. We love him. He's great. And let's see, this match was assigned to Dart. So what did Dart have to say about this match? Let's try my best Dart impression for this one. Blaze versus Evo in singles battle spot. This is what I get for asking for weird matchups. Can't say that request wasn't filled. Those of you who remember the days of classic close combat, back when everyone's favorite host was still a regular on that show, many remember one of our favorite sayings, singles battle spot is a singles BS is a load of BS. Okay, that is hard on my voice. I'm not going to do that. The restriction to using half a team as opposed to a full set of six drastically changes the way the match is run. Because you may have the obvious counter to that one Mon that can wipe the floor with you, but that doesn't mean your opponent will bring it. It's a game mode won and lost on turn 0. It's very quick and very heated. All this points to a Blaze victory. Now I know what you're thinking. But Evo is smart. Surely he can win the game on turn 0. But that's where you're wrong, kiddo. See, Evo is going to have a solid team, but he will lose to turn 0 due to overthinking. Blaze isn't dumb, but he's not going to overthink the match. He's not going to pick which 3 to bring based on the likelihood of Mon 1 is going to appear as opposed to Mon 2 or 3. He's going to use the 3 Pokemon that have the best chance to take on all 6 of Evos at once. That's simple. And when Dark, Ground, and Poison going against Flying, Ground, and Psychic, it's not going to be hard to outbuild Evo as well. Dark is the perfect counter to Psychic. Just watch out for the Fairy dual types. But those can be dealt with fast Poison types if you want. Not to mention, just about every self-respecting ground type has access to Stone Edge or some other rock type move, rendering Evo's flyers helpless. And to make this better, Blaze has a history as one of the all-time greats in Arc. This isn't a battle, it's a massacre. That's what Dart had to say on this match. So, what are the results? And what does Dozer say? Well, I agreed with Dart's prediction. I think Blaze had the best chance of winning this. And the results, Blaze won. Rather convincingly. This is why Smoke on Singles has Sleep Claws, by the way, as Blaze busted out that Amoonguss shroom that we all love to hate and put the remaining of Evo's Pokemon to sleep with Spore to set himself up for a Weavile sweep to close out the game. Blaze did bring 2 dark types, by the way, so Dart was right about that, and this all happened because Evo didn't bring something to deal with the Amoonguss. He didn't pick the right Pokemon. He lost on turn 0. Good call, Dart. Good call. Moving on to the second match that happened, this one was written up by Evo, and it is the match of Otto versus Brecker. So now I get to try and bust out my Evo impersonation for all of one paragraph. Coming off of a cursed match lost last week, Otto was able to handpick his opponent, and he chose none other than the ultimate grown himself, Brecker. Things to note right off the bat. Otto stands to gain 1.25 bonus points if he wins, 0.25 from hierarchy points differential, 1 point from plus power. Otto is being tracked in the Wicked standings in order to be included in the tournament at Starcade. Otto owns the tiebreaker, so he could have used hidden powers without consequence. That sounds really boring, so I'm just going to talk like Dozer now. Unfortunately, Otto didn't take any extra measure to gain advantage in this match, as he allowed Brecker to negotiate him down from using any impactful hidden powers. This match is scheduled in Singles OU, which is a fairly good arena for Otto, as it is his second best performing tier, sporting an 8-5 record in his career, 7-3 in the most recent 10 battles. While Brecker is still relatively new to Arc, OU hasn't been bad for him, going 2-1 last cycle. Otto could have easily switched to VGC, an arena he excels in with an 8-3 career record, and is a format which Brecker has 0 experience in Arc thus far. At the very least, Otto could have gone for the stance change or a style upgrade to gain the advantage in the type matchup. As it stands now, Otto's Fire, Fairy, Ghost looks less promising than Brecker's Flying, Ground, and Steel, since half of Otto's high viable Mons are weak to ground. So he's getting lots of coverage from a type that is supposed to be neutral in this matchup. Otto is an Arc vet, and from time to time channels the power of destiny to win key matches. So it could go that way. But Brecker is looking on to Venge next week in a world title rematch. So a win this week could be a confidence boost, or at minimum, momentum, as he walks into the abyss yet again. Final decision from Evo, Brecker wins this match. He'll probably bring a rain team. It'll work out well. Probably a Mega Swampert sweep. Probably. Results? Well, Brecker has won this match using a rain team with a Mega Swampert sweep. Obviously, Arc staff knows a thing or two about this game, and we totally didn't set things up to make us look better. So keep that in mind as we move on to the matches that haven't happened. Now we get to test to see how others are able to track their accurate. Well, we get to actually go and take a look and see how accurate these ones are going out through this weekend. Starting out, we have an analysis piece from Otto here about Abrant versus Dan. Abrant with Fairy Fighting Flying versus Dan, the Gaming Man, with Dark Flying Poison in Singles NU. Despite any claims he makes to be bad at this game, Dan has a 3-0 record against Abrant in Arc. And there's even more writing on this match because Abrant has only ever lost one NU game, and it was to Dan. Meanwhile, Dan has only ever won NU while facing Abrant. This means that Abrant has a chance to show he's the master of NU, while Dan has a chance to keep his undefeated streak against him in the matchup. In the head-to-head, it seems like Dan has at least a slight type advantage. Poison will be hard for Abrant to break without some careful team building. That being said, Dan's dark type doesn't seem to be too useful this week. Oh, and this match is cursed. Otto's certified good picks. For Abrant, bring a Mr. Mime. For Dan, the Gaming Man, bring a Weezing. Otto's Certified Cool Picks trademarked. For a Bront, bring a Comfey. You reel if you do. You bring Comfey. For Dan, the gaming man, bring a Skorupi. I'm counting on you, Dan. Don't let us down. Now on to our next match that we have someone doing a little bit of analysis and prediction for. We have Sments taking a look at Drakenheart versus Maxi. In a singles UU match, Draken has Fairy Steel Water versus Max's Fire Flying Psychic. Draken has the advantage in this matchup in just about every way. Steel is great against Flying and Psychic. The only thing Max has to beat Steel types are his Fire types, which Draken has Water to counter, which Max doesn't resist with any of his types. Plus, Draken is undefeated to this point, which, although is only 2 games, we have to assume he has at least a fair measure of skill. Also, this is just a kind of theory of Sments's, but it seems as though Maxi only shows up with his A game to matches that matter. And since Evo announced that Max will be defending his title in 3 weeks, well, anyway, I have to assume low effort Max will show up to this match. Anyway, I would feel confident in picking Draken in this matchup. And as someone who faced Max in singles UU a couple weeks ago, yeah, I had Water in my type pool. I almost brought mono Water against Max because there's really nothing he can do about it. There just isn't. Just bring Water types. Bring what's that Pokemon called? Amola, whatever it is. The Mega Love Disc. Bring the Mega Love Disc. Moving on, we have the second to last match analysis. This one done by Mugen, and it's Venge versus Bowsori, and this is a novel written by Mugen. Let's see, how well can I do a Mugen impression? Venge has Dragon, Ghost, and Normal types, while Bowsori can bring Dark, Fairy, and Steel types. If we just look at the types, I can see Bowsori winning because his Dark types are super effective against Venge's Ghost types, while his Fairy and Steel types are good for Dragon types. They are playing in doubles OU, so if we remember back in week 2, Bowsori already beat Venge in doubles OU once. So if he plays his cards, or rather Pokemon, right, we may see another win for him. I'm just going to go back to Dozer Speak now. Now let's dive into the matchup a bit more. First, let's look at the current world champion Venge. His class and specialty are singles Ubers. NU and PU with his mastery lying in Ubers. So he is a singles player, but looking at his career class record for doubles OU shows him having a 12-7 record, which suggests that he also knows his way around in doubles, despite the first loss being against Bowsori this cycle. His career specialty record of 2-2 doesn't really tell much in this case. His only other opponent in doubles OU Arena was Pi back in Cycle 3, and once in Cycle 5, 2 of the 3 games were won by Venge. Looking at the Pokemon Venge can bring to this match, we can see threats like Mega Salamence, Zygarde, Naganadel for Dragon types. For Ghost, his options are Aegislash, Chandelure, or Palossand, while his normal type options consist of the infamous Mega Audino, Oranguru, Beware, Diggersby though, I just added the Diggersby though, or Komala, which I would definitely give him style points for. On Bowsori's side, we can see his class and specialty are doubles, and you guessed it, OU, which also is his mastery, clearly a doubles player, not having picked anything except the scheduled arena. So you can see that he has advantage there. His career class record is 4-1, also being his career specialty record. He played in doubles OU 5 times and only lost once against Sments back in the 4th week of the first block of this cycle. In the other 4 matches against Dart, Venge, Almighty Arceus, and Na, he emerged victorious. The Pokemon at his disposal are Mega Metagross, Ferrothorn, Aegislash, or Stakataka for the Steel typing. For his Dark typing strong Pokemon could be options like Mega Tyranitar, Mega Gyarados. Haha, nope, got you on that one. He doesn't have Water or Flying types. Read the rulebook, mate. Darkrai, Crocodile, while for his Fairy typing, I can see him bringing Alola Ninetales, Whimsicott, Sylveon, Mega Diancie, or one of the Cocos, which are all good doubles format due to their unique terrain abilities. Just comparing those two statistics and factoring in his earlier win against Venge, I have to say that I can see Bowsori winning this match, which has become a best of 3 due to Venge using the Rochambeau hidden power. Venge will probably bring some unique and interesting sets to combat the type disadvantage he faces, and I am very excited for this match. There's just one thing that makes me ultimately change my mind to the outcome of this match. In my time in Arc, I have never seen Venge lose against the same opponent twice. We will have to wait until Weekly Remark to see what the results on these are. Till then, we have one final analysis, and it's my analysis, and it's the best match this week because we're about to enter the world of harsh truths with Dozer as we take a look at this matchup of Snippety Bark versus Syracuse. This is an interesting match as Snippety Bark is threatening to break Syracuse's one and only record, one that no one really wants, the longest losing streak record. We all want to see Snippety Bark take home their first W, and Syracuse, Arc's infamous underperformer, is a really good chance to see that happen. But will it? Dozer says no. If this was in singles, maybe. Doubles UU? Not likely. Unless Snippety and Cy do some janky special rules like he and I usually do, then this matchup is very straightforward. Snippety will probably lose. Here's why. Snippety Bark is the Shanghai Dragons of Arc right now. They have never won a game, but everyone is pulling to support them to getting that first win. But it's probably not going to happen this time. First off, Snippety Bark's types are horrible for doubles UU. Size are worse, mind you, but not much worse as he has better viable options on average across all 3 types, even if he has less total viable options in totality. But the main reason is, even though Snippety has access to better mons than Cy, they never use them. In all 4 of Snippety's doubles UU matches, out of a pool of 24 Pokemon, only one of those... oh my gosh. Pardon me. But only one of those Pokemon has ever been remotely viable in doubles UU. And all of those battles have pretty much been washed because of that. So unless Snippety steps up their team building game, this big W will be elusive. But if they just want to goof around for the fun and use random mons that they like, well, that's fine too. Like, you don't have to care. All the power to them. It's a game after all. Let's just have fun with it. Dozer's final word. Because I've just said Snippety is basically going to lose, Cy is probably going to choke this one away. This isn't so much Snippety's match to win as it is Cy's to lose. And with that, I'm checking the recording times. We're about where we want to be with this, so I will catch you all early next week with a tweaked Weekly Remark format before we completely change the format. Also, we don't have a full name for like this show segment yet, so give us some feedback, guys. Give us some ideas. The mascot for this one's Matang, because this is a staff analysis piece, so we wanted a psychic type. And, well, we had used Matang for Close Combat Bullet Punch, and this is a type of Close Combat episode, so it only seemed fitting. If you have any ideas, feel free to drop them in Arc and Talk. And remember, we're doing open host auditions, so if you need the form, let me know. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.